Manitoba, Colorado on the Cog train about to head up to Pikes Peak.
Here in Engelman's Canyon, they said was actually the hardest part of the entire route up to the summit to actually make the grade for. And by the looks of some of these large boulders around here, well, I can see why. Much longer than that, everything that we're looking at right now would have been deadfall by now. So I'm just grateful that didn't happen and the birds are still alive around with us today. So coming up here next on the 3C side, once upon a time, a long time ago, there used to be a one-room for a chapel cabin. With the Cog Railway and all the hikers coming through, they turned this one-room for a chapel cabin into a 22-room grand hotel. They named it Halfway House Hotel. It came with the banquet hall, and was all in the scene of one named bowling alley. I don't know. I'm going to pass it up right now in the 3C. It's too bad too, because Kentucky had a significant role in helping the construction of the Cog Railway. Most of the materials brought up to the point were pushed up the mountain needed. I actually have an old black and white photograph. I'm going to be sitting up and down the train there for you to look at it about Halfway House Hotel, but it once looked like before it burned down in 1926. So when you get done looking at it, do me a favor and time capture to you before you see the Dead Sea. What you see going for people just kind of flagging down on coming in and taking the next part of the thing. We're coming up next to the 3C side though, our last waterfall of the day. We know we're going to have a time to come down and high fall. But the real question to be answered though is where is this tide coming from? And that's a great question to see. Because in 1905, we just saw a concentrated drinking hydroelectric plant up here. In 1925, they actually started building up hydroelectric plant, which was the state of its art at its day at that time. And we just commenced 100 years last week, and it's already 100 years over there. This white building structure that we're passing up right now used to be the old caretaker's house. Back to whatever remains left of the Halfway House inside, we used to turn up foundation. It's also known as Buxton Park. Right now, population is 0. So it looks like we have Colorado Springs. This one made us look and see a new common center. If you all know, they're up for next to our entrance Star Spangled Banner. Part of the mountain we like to call Inspirational Point. And what actually gives us a purple mountain majesty look though, the sun reflecting off of the red rock and red gravel there on the mountain. What actually gives us, so if you haven't noticed out there on the 3C side, see that mountain range a little bit north of us right over there? That's actually what a burn scar looks like. That was a 2012 Waldo Canyon wall that mountain range is still recovering from. And if you have really good keen vision, look out towards the horizon, you see those turbines out there? That's only about 20 miles from the Colorado and Kansas border. You might be wondering what makes the Cog Railway so special. If you happen to notice when you down at the depot that we have 3 sets of tracks. So the tracks in the middle that have the gear teeth when you're looking on it, that's known as the rack rail. So it's this rack rail that links in with the cog wheels underneath these trains that gives us all the driving force and all the braking force that we need to get up and down these 25% grade hills such as one right now. The standard railroad can only get up about a 4% grade at best.
So?
There's only 2 other cog railways that run in North America. One actually goes down a copper mine in Quincy, Michigan. The other one goes up Mount Washington, New Hampshire. But it's here in Colorado that we go up the highest and we go up the farthest. That makes us the best. The Broadmoor, American, Pikes Peak Cog Railway. You might happen to notice that body of water down there on the 3C side. So the body of water down there is known as Lake Moraine. And Lake Moraine is the only natural occurring lake here on this mountain. And that was placed there with the rest. The Ground Motel is pushing for us to stay open all year round. So this past winter season was our second winter season. We stayed open all year round. If you happen to notice when we come out of the depot that we have a yellow piece of machinery on the tracks over there, that's our snow plow. Handles about 20 feet of snow per inch, so it does a pretty good job at keeping these tracks clear. But at this altitude, it's not always the snow that's our biggest problem. It becomes the wind and the ice. That becomes our biggest problem up there. But during our wintertime months, though, is when you can see the farthest and the clearest than any other time of the year. The fact is that it is like a winter wonderland out there. It is very serene and peaceful and tranquil. And if you ever have the opportunity to come back and check it out during our wintertime months, come and check it out. It's definitely worth coming and checking out a wintertime month. But it's not going to be every day that we get you up to the top. And so on those days that we cannot get you up to the summit, we're always going to let you know, notify you before you ever step foot in any of our trains if we're going to make it up to the summit or not. And so it's easy to get your money back or reschedule for another train another day. If we can't get you up there, we'll give you a discounted rate on your tickets. We'll give you a refund back on your tickets if you decide to maybe go up there as far as we can get you though. But the key word here is always going to be safety first. So somewhere down below on the 3C side, about tree line level, lies one of my shovels. I tell you, when our first winter season, I was helping the section crew clear off these tracks up here one day, and I lost my shovel. It was only about 5 seconds away. I tell you what, if I was about 5 years younger, I would have just dove on that shovel and just rolled it on down. But the responsible adult in me had me think about it, and as I thought about it, well, I just gotta wait for me. So I might have lost my shovel that day, but what was found was a new admiration and appreciation for all of our men and women who work out here on this section crew, trying to keep these tracks free and clear for us to come up here each and every day. So we reached part of the mountain we like to call Windy Point, and for good reason too. We're about to find out how windy it's really going to be up here on us today at top of Pikes Peak. So if it gets too windy here for you folks, like I said earlier, these windows are for you. Use if you wish. Push them up if it's too windy or gets too cold in there for you. Just keeping your neighbors in mind though. The lips turn purple, please be courteous. So this is not green grass. So there's now that we're above the temporary capital, Denver became the permanent capital a few years later after that. And a little bit north of those mountains, the third lies Mueller State Park. And inside Mueller State Park, there's a couple of people that tripped down because there was a storm brewing. The couple politely declined stating, "What's the next?" They thought it would be alright. Well, some people then went that night a blissful financial condition fell upon them. And the next day, when the train got up to the surface, there were a couple of bodies laying next to the track further. They actually had made 8.7 out of the 8.9-mile trek, so it was only 2/10 of a mile, which would have been in 1911 the wedding station now. So coming up around this last corner right here on the 2C side of the track is another wooden cross, and that's a little memorial they gave up to this couple who got up there hiking. That happened in 1911, and the name of this couple was the Skinners. As you all well know, it takes about an hour and a half to get up there. It has about 156 airplane turn and guardrails everywhere where you don't need them. And that is designed on purpose, by the way. And that's because we hold the second oldest car race in the United States next to Indianapolis. It's called the Pikes Peak Cog Railway, Race to the Clouds. So it used to happen every 4th of July weekend, but now it happens about 2 weeks before the 4th of July. But right now, the time that everyone's chasing the beat is 7 minutes and 57 seconds. That was set in 2018 by a French driver. His name was Romain DeLong. He was driving a Volkswagen IDR. The extra car did that in 2018. It wasn't this year that we had the hill climb race this year, but it got too windy this year, so the race really didn't count for anybody who might have happened.
Look at the sheets.
watching out for the kidney as they step off the train here. But I can look at you, around, turn it upside down, they bring it like that. If you can see me, we'll go back down. Alright, so take the side seats, go back down, and the left comes out. I don't mind if you would trade seats, switching angles across from you. You might get switches, please not doing somewhere else to seat. And if you're hiking back down, biking back down, we're not even coming back down with them.
We made it to the top.
I mean, Auntie Katie packed a whole floor. I have our...
Isn't we're not opposed to?
This cog train ride to the top of Pikes Peak was one that I wish I could share with everybody. But I'm glad you joined us to see the beauties that Pikes Peak has to share.